Last episode, Sejun was upset that his crops and corn leaves were stolen, and you guys and I know it was a bull. In this episode, you'll find out if Sejun will catch the bull that stole all his plants. Will there be a war with the bulls, or can they work things out? Also, in this episode, Sejun will have to leave the farm to the rabbits, and he has to guard the bee cocoon, and Teo will be selling something unique. You'll find out more by watching this video to the end. And we continue on to chapter 35. Sejun, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, and the little rabbits stand in amazement. They had come to the farm and saw that the crops had been stolen. Sejun stood looking at the beds after the theft, and thought back to last night, for he had not heard anything about anyone stealing the plants. Mama Bear says that maybe the crops were stolen by horned bastards, that is, bulls. Sejun asks in surprise, "Horned bastards?" and remembers the monster that made the hole during the blue moon, and he's worried about it. Sejun squats down and tells the black rabbit that luckily they only took the leaves that were stacked on top and didn't destroy the field. The black rabbit expresses his sadness in his rabbit language. Sejun suggests, go to the cave and from there bring back the blue tomato leaves and cover them again. And from now on, Mama Bear will be expanding their territory as well as patrolling. Sejun is very happy to hear this and thanks her if she does, and advises her not to overwork herself, and most importantly to be safe and healthy. Sejun is pleased that no one was hurt, but they still need to get ready. He watches the Mama Bear go off to expand the territory and patrol. Sejun is left with the baby bear and the other rabbits, and he tells them that he needs strength to protect himself. The baby bear looks like he doesn't know what's going on, and the black rabbit is standing in anger and in a fighting stance, apparently wanting to protect everyone too. It was a clear sunny day outside, and a tied rope was hanging from a rock, and two cute white rabbits were standing by a basket and covering a bee cocoon with leaves. Sejun sits under the canopy of leaves and waves to the white rabbit, thanking him for his help and that they will see each other later, and the white rabbit also waves back and says something in his rabbit language, maybe saying please. Sejun sits and looks at the queen poison bee cocoon, thinking about the fact that he left farming to the rabbits, and according to the system, he should watch the queen poison bee larvae hatch from the cocoon today. In the description of the queen's cocoon poison potion, it was stated that the first person seen would be considered the owner. And as we see, the number of bees in the cave quickly increases to about 200. He's lying on his recliner eating something, saying that if the second poisonous bee mate that is about to be born were to emerge and develop another power outside the cave, it would definitely be enough of a threat to protect the area. He was already tired of lying in wait, yawning, wondering if it was going to hatch. Even though this is the first time he's taking a day off in a long time, he's feeling sleepy. Sejun sleepily holds the flowers in his hands, since he's going to give the flowers to him so they'll get along when they meet for the first time. He mumblingly says thank you for being born, queen, and abruptly falls asleep. He falls sweetly asleep with the flowers in his hands on the recliner. Suddenly, after that, something amazing happens to the uterus. It's like it's shaking, making sounds, and there's a glow coming from it. It's clearly hatching, and our hero is sleeping at the same time. We see a cute yellow paw as it holds a leaf. Wow, a cute queen bee has hatched. She's sitting in her basket, excited about this world she's seen. The system says she's a second-generation poisonous queen bee. Then, she turns back around and notices Sejun sleeping. She decides to fly up to him, but so far Cutie Bee doesn't know how to control her wings well and keep her body in flight, and successfully lands on his chest. Cutie Bee looks at him so amazed with her purple big eyes. The system says that the newborn poison bee queen considers Park Sejun as her owner. She is surprised to say her first words in bee language. Maybe she is shocked to see the flowers that Sejun wanted to give them to her. She took the flower in her little paws and looks at them so adoringly. She notices someone flying towards them, and it was the head queen, and probably her mother. The queen flew up to her and she is happy to see her. Honeybee shows a flower given by Sejun, and he is still asleep. They decide to fly away and the mother queen lets the cutie bee say goodbye to her owner. As she flies up to him, she nuzzles his cheek and says goodbye to him, and then flies off with mommy queen. Then immediately, Sejun woke up and sees a bunch of notifications from the system, and he is stunned. He notices that there is no queen bee in the basket, and he looks around for her. The scene changes and we see a bull showing corn leaves. The scarred bull with the red cape asks him if he has been abandoned on the land bordering our territory, and he agrees. Captain Scarred Bull takes a leaf in his hand to get a closer look, and is surprised to say that it is a different type of leaf than the one they saw last time, and that the grass in his hand, which he has never seen before, is too little to share with others here. Bull 3 apologizes for that. The Scarred Bull clutching the grass in his hand says he can't help it, that their instinct as a minotaur species is to have a high appetite. He likes the smell and decides to try them, and he fucking yells that it's delicious, and he's full of energy. The Scarred Bull claps him on the shoulder and praises him, and tells him that if they had plenty of herbs like this, they might even be able to bring prosperity to their barren land. Captain Bull watches and wonders what's going on in the wooded area, and wonders how such a weed came to be in this abandoned place, and wonders what changes are coming to the 99th floor. With a sad face, he thinks that if it were up to him, he would love to go there personally to secure as many of these plants as possible, but unfortunately he can't leave the waypoint without knowing how much grass there is, because the time he can be away from the waypoint is limited. Captain Bull calls out to Bull 3. Captain Bull tells him to go and find the exact source of these herbs. If it appeared in such a way, then there are much more of them in that place, and if someone intentionally grew them, then let them report to him too. Before doing so, Bull 3 asks the captain's permission to take a nap before this task, as this is the first time he's eaten so heavily in a long time. The captain gets angry and threatens him with his axe, telling him to hurry up and leave. We hear someone say, "People," and it turns out to be a green-clothed ginger Teo cat. People run up to him and say indignantly that he is here, and why did the traveling salesman Kitty come so late? The seal apologizes to them and says something happened and that's why he was late, and he brought special magic cherry tomatoes today. The two guys stand there and ask him surprised, "Special?" Because magic cherry tomatoes are already special in the first place. Kitty explains that this time they're even more special. He holds out a cherry tomato in his hand and presents them with D-grade magic cherry tomatoes, and the system notifies them that the shelf life, 60 days. People are shocked, and they hold these cherry tomatoes in their hands and wonder, is it real that it breaks down 20 grams of fat? And mana gain increased to 0.2, and the shelf life is only 60 days? Teo drops off a basket full of cherry tomatoes, and he's going to sell each one today for 400 units, and the total will be 2,000 units. People offer their bids. One shouts out and offers 70 tower coins for 400 units, and another haggler shouts out 90 tower coins for 400 units, and Teo shouts out that it's sold. The seal gets many bags of gold tower coins, and he looks at them pleasantly surprised, and he is happy that with this deal his profit has increased over 1,000 tower coins. And now he can finally become an experienced roaming merchant. And Teo says in amazement that once he becomes an experienced roaming merchant, the restrictions on marking cultivators will be lifted, and he won't need to hide it from Park Sejun. The girl asks him to take a selfie with her, and he shows her his paw and tells her to get in line. Then she can touch his paws and then get a reward. And Teo looks around and realizes that everyone is gone and no one is left but her. The girl says that Teo hasn't come for a long time, and people were waiting for him. And then they went down to the tower. Teo is shocked and says that he thought there were a couple people here. She leans over to him and holds out 3 churros to him. 2 girls came to see Teo and he is surprised and they want to take a picture with him. Teo asks how they found out about him, and the 2 cute girls show through their phone what they found out through Hunstagram, and show a picture of Teo with a girl and offer him a picture. Teo asks Hunstagram, and he thinks he's going to make some money, and tells the 2 cute girls that if they want to take a picture with him, they should give him a reward first. Thank you all for watching this video. I really hope that the Korean version of Chapter 36 will be released soon, and I will start translating it immediately and put it on YouTube right away. So, turn on your notifications so you don't miss my videos, because I'm working very hard for you, my friends. Love you all, and bye-bye. Don't be sick.